Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. My name is Fletcher, and as we head further into the month March, I've put together the ultimate list of games you can play right now on Xbox Game Pass to keep you entertained. This is probably the most diverse list that I've ever put together on the channel so far. I've covered 20 games from the big AAA heavy hitters to the smaller, lesser known indie gems. Do make sure to subscribe down below for more Xbox content every single day, and with that out of the way, let's dive right into this list. First up, if you love the idea of managing a group of survivors in a zombie apocalypse, State of Decay 2 is the game for you. This open world survival game blends base building, resource management and tense zombie combat, really creating an immersive experience that evolves as you play. What really sets State of Decay 2 apart though is its emphasis on community. Every survivor in this game has their own unique skills, strengths and weaknesses, and losing a key member can drastically impact your entire group. You'll have to scavenge for different supplies, fortify your base, and make difficult decisions that shape your settlement. Whether you want to go at it alone or just team up with friends in co-op, every session brings new challenges and surprises, making survival feel genuinely rewarding. With State of Decay 3 potentially releasing at the start of 2026, if the rumors are correct, then it's well worth diving into this awesome zombie experience. Now, step into the sandals of a Roman soldier in Ryse Son of Rome, a visually stunning action game that delivers epic battles and brutal melee combats. The fact this Xbox One exclusive is highly underrated and still stands up visually to this day is absolutely phenomenal. In this game, you will play as Marius Titus, a warrior on a quest for vengeance against those who have wronged his family. The combat system here is a mix of strategic swordplay and cinematic executions, making every fight feel powerful and impactful. The game really shines though with its breathtaking set pieces, from massive gladiator arenas to siege battles that put you right at the heart of the Roman Empire's glory and brutality. While the campaign is a relatively short experience, its gripping story and smooth combat make it such a must play, especially if you're a fan of historical action games. Unfortunately, the game still only runs at 30 FPS and hasn't seen an FPS boost since the Xbox Series X next generation, but in my opinion, it's still worth playing this awesome Xbox One exclusive. Roboquest is a high-energy roguelike FPS that throws you into a futuristic world filled with rogue robots and endless action. This game actually blends the best elements of classic shooters with modern roguelike progression, making each run different from the last. The vibrant art style here, with the fast movement and varied weapons, keeps the gameplay so fresh, fun and exciting. As you progress though, you'll be unlocking different upgrades and new abilities, customizing your character's playstyle to take on increasingly difficult enemies. You can also play this either solo or team up with a friend in couch co-op mode, where teamwork and strategy will be the key to surviving the relentless robotic onslaught. If you love fast, fluid gunplay and the thrill of randomized runs, Roboquest is a hidden gem that is definitely worth playing. Personally, I find this one comparable to the recent Doom games, so if you love that sort of run and gun action, you can join me in the fun on this one. This next one actually got added to Xbox Game Pass over the past few months, but went quite heavily under the radar. In Overthrown, you're not just a ruler, you're a ruler with a crown of ancient soul-stealing power. The unique blend of kingdom building, survival and action tasks you to create a thriving civilization in the face of constant threats. Using your crown's magical abilities here, you'll be building different structures, managing your own resources and also recruiting some pretty cool followers. But the game isn't all about that sort of peaceful expansion. There's tons of mutants, bandits and rival rulers that will really test your resolve. The game's standout feature though really is its co-op mode, allowing up to 6 players to team up to construct kingdoms or just engage in some pretty chaotic battles. Its sandbox mechanics let you experiment freely, whether that's turning forests into lumber mills or unleashing monster nests on enemy camps. With its quirky humour and flexible gameplay, Overthrown really is a fresh take on the survivor builder genre that's definitely worth diving into on the Xbox Game Pass library. Dungeons of Hinterberg is a fresh take on the action RPG genre, blending hack and slash combat with puzzle solving and an engaging narrative. This one is actually set in a fantasy world inspired by the Austrian Alps, and you'll explore beautifully designed dungeons filled with mythical creatures and challenging enemies. The game's unique art style and immersive world building make it stand out from the rest in the genre. As you progress though, you'll be uncovering different secrets, upgrading your overall abilities, and also forging new relationships with characters that shape your journey. Of course, as you can see, the combat is very fast and skill-based, really rewarding players who master dodging and chaining attacks. Whether you're diving into dungeons for treasure or just unraveling the game's lore, Dungeons of Hinterberg offers an unforgettable adventure that feels both stylish and satisfying. The fact it gets so many awesome free updates is just incredible, and it's well worth diving back into it if you've already explored this fantastic indie 3D world. If you enjoy mystery, action, and a touch of the supernatural, Control delivers one of the most mind-bending experiences in all of gaming. In this game, you step into the role of Jesse Fadden, the new director of the Federal Bureau of Control, which is an agency dealing with bizarre and otherworldly phenomena. The game's world here is packed with tons of eerie, shifting architecture, and its combat lets you wield telekinetic powers alongside traditional weapons. The storytelling here unfolds like a surreal thriller, with strange documents and cryptic characters adding layers to the mystery. You'll be unlocking new supernatural abilities as you explore the ever-changing corridors of the Bureau, facing off against powerful entities known as the Hiss. Whether you're hurling objects at enemies with your mind or just unraveling the hidden truths of the Bureau, Control is an unforgettable ride that really constantly keeps you on your toes. With Assassin's Creed Shadows arriving towards the end of March, I highly recommend that you take command of a Viking warrior in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, an open-world adventure set in England's Dark Ages. In this one, you play as Eivor, leading raids, forging alliances, and shaping your own saga in a world rich with Norse mythology. The game here offers a vast open world filled with breathtaking landscapes, hidden secrets, and cities just teeming with life. Combat here is very visceral, letting you wield different axes, bows, and shields in fierce battles, whilst the settlement building mechanic adds a deeper layer to the progression. The choices you make though, from political alliances to personal rivalries, really does shape the world around you, influencing the fate of entire regions. Whether you enjoy stealthy assassinations or just all-out warfare, Valhalla has something for every type of adventurer, blending brutal action with an engaging narrative that keeps you invested for over 100 hours of content, and that's without the DLC. Next up, I wanted to highlight this next hidden gem, as it doesn't get shouted out about enough on the Xbox Game Pass library. For those of you out there who love tactical RPGs, but with a more gritty medieval setting, then Wartales offers a deep and rewarding experience that's well worth diving into. In this game, you will control a band of different mercenaries trying to survive in a harsh, war-torn world, where every single decision really does matter. Resource management here is absolutely crucial, as you'll be recruiting and training soldiers, gathering different supplies, and navigating the morally grey choices that define your journey. As you explore, you'll be taking on different contracts, hunting down criminals, and also engaging in large-scale battles where positioning and unit synergy are the key to success. The game also features a pretty dynamic economy where managing wages, food, and morale adds another layer of depth. If you enjoy games that really test your leadership and tactical skills, Wartales is a must-play for fans of deep strategy and medieval storytelling. Firewatch isn't just a game, it's an emotional journey. In this one, you will play as Henry, a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness who starts uncovering strange occurrences while communicating with his supervisor Delilah through a radio. The game's strength though lies within its storytelling and atmosphere. The dialogue in this experience is incredibly well written, creating a connection between Henry and Delilah that feels deeply personal. The sense of isolation here is both peaceful and unnerving, making every discovery feel impactful. As you explore the stunning landscapes, you'll be piecing together a mystery that blends personal drama with larger themes of loneliness and responsibility. Firewatch is perfect for players looking for a narrative-driven experience that really lingers on your mind long after the credits roll, offering a deeply immersive and beautifully crafted world to lose yourself in. Cassette Beasts offers a fresh twist to the monster collecting genre. Instead of capturing creatures in balls as other games in this genre, you'll actually record them onto cassette tapes and transform them into battle. This unique mechanic allows for incredible fusion possibilities, letting you combine monsters to create powerful new forms. The game features a beautifully crafted world here with vibrant pixel art and an engaging turn-based combat system. Exploration is also very rewarding, filled with hidden secrets, dungeons, and quirky characters that really add charm to your overall adventure. The fusion system is where Cassette Beasts truly shines though, really letting you mix and match creatures to create some unique hybrids, opening up new strategic possibilities. Pair that with an engaging soundtrack and a world brimming with nostalgia, and Cassette Beasts is a delightful and innovative RPG. It really offers a fresh take on classic mechanics and a heartfelt adventure, and I cannot recommend it enough on the Xbox Game Pass library. Before we dive into the remaining games today, please do consider subscribing as I upload Xbox content every single day. Currently, 76% of you are not subscribed, and if you love Xbox and want to keep in the know about everything from Team Green, then hit that button down below. It's free to do so, and the love and support means the absolute world to me. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump back into the remaining games you can play this March. If you love methodical, tactical shooters, then Sniper Elite Resistance delivers an exhilarating experience built around precision and stealth. This game actually puts you into the boots of a sharpshooter embedded in the French resistance during World War II. As German forces push to complete a secret project that could change the tide of the war, you'll be tasked with taking out high-profile targets, sabotaging key locations, and gathering intel to support the resistance. The game takes the franchise's hallmark sniper mechanics to brand new heights, with realistic bullet physics that account for wind direction, bullet drop, and sound masking. The new resistance mode this time around adds a very unique layer to the gameplay, with dynamic objectives that change based on your decisions, ensuring every mission feels fresh. Set against the backdrop of a beautifully rendered war-torn France, Sniper Elite Resistance combines tense, methodical gameplay with a very cool, gripping narrative. One of my favourite third-person shooters on Xbox Game Pass has to be Ghost Recon Wildlands. This game takes tactical shooter gameplay into a massive open-world setting, where you and your squad take on a ruthless drug cartel in Bolivia. You have complete freedom to approach missions how you want. That's going in guns blazing, or just taking a stealthier route with synchronized shots and drone surveillance. Whether playing solo with AI teammates or in a squad with your friends, the dynamic mission structure ensures every encounter feels fresh. With diverse environments ranging from dense jungles to high altitude mountains, along with a variety of different vehicles and weapons, the game really does keep things very exciting. I absolutely love the stunning landscapes in this one, as the jungles are just so lush and full of vegetation, and the salt flats are incredible, especially when getting into high speed chases with different multiple enemies. I have to say, this is a highlight for me on the Xbox Game Pass library, and I recommend that you dive into this one right now. For fans of horror, The Evil Within 2 offers a terrifying mix of psychological thrills and brutal survival mechanics. You play as Sebastian Castellanos, a detective forced to navigate a twisted, nightmarish reality in search of his missing daughter. The game's semi-open world structure really adds depth to the horror experience, allowing for exploration, resource gathering, and uncovering hidden side stories that really add to that disturbing lore. Of course, as we come to expect within the Evil Within universe, the combat is very intense, with limited ammo making every encounter a choice between fight or flight. The grotesque monster designs and eerie soundscapes really create an overwhelming sense of dread that horror fans will really love. Whether sneaking past abominations or crafting makeshift weapons for a last stand, The Evil Within 2 delivers a gripping and spine-chilling adventure. If you have a love for deep, story-rich RPGs, Pillars of Eternity is a modern classic. Developed by Obsidian, this isometric RPG channels the spirit of Baldur's Gate, offering a very vast world filled with intricate lore, strategic combat, and meaningful choices. With Avowed recently joining the Xbox Game Pass library and being set in the same universe, it's well worth diving into this experience if you want to consume more of that incredible lore. You create your own character in this one, and also assemble a party of unique companions, each with their own backstories and personal quests. The branching dialogue system ensures that your choices genuinely impact the world around you, shaping political landscapes and forging alliances or rivalries. With tactical pause-and-play combat and deep character customization, Pillars of Eternity is a must-play for RPG fans, especially for those of you who crave a complex and immersive narrative experience. As I mentioned, and keeping in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity, Avowed is Obsidian's answer to the open-world fantasy RPGs, blending deep storytelling with thrilling first-person and third-person combat, and it was a great hit on the Xbox Game Pass library when it arrived last month. In this one, you'll be exploring the massive world of Eora, wielding swords, magic, and ranged weapons to carve your own path through its dangers. What sets Avowed apart though is that compared to the likes of Skyrim, the combat is absolutely incredible. From dual-wielding swords or using a spellbook alongside a sword, the combat is very weighty, a spectacle, and my biggest highlight from the overall package. Of course, the world here is very richly detailed, filled with tons of ancient ruins, secret factions, and just lore-rich encounters that shape the game's branching narrative. Whether you favour brute force, diplomacy, or sneaky tactics, Avowed offers an expansive fantasy experience, and if you love games like The Outer Worlds, you'll absolutely love this new Obsidian masterpiece. If you enjoy high-speed racing with a side of absolute carnage, Wreckfest is a must-play. This demolition derby racer delivers realistic physics, over-the-top crashes, and intense competition where destruction is just as important as speed. Unlike traditional racing games out there, Wreckfest really rewards chaos. Whether you're smashing into opponents in a derby arena, or battling for first place on a track littered with debris, the game's physics-based crashes make every race just unpredictable. The customization system in this game lets you upgrade vehicles with reinforced bumpers, roll cages, and other modifications to survive the mayhem. With multiple race types, online multiplayer, and a career mode full of unique challenges, Wreckfest offers hours of metal-twisting fun for both casual and hardcore racing fans. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, otherwise known as TABS, is as ridiculous as it is brilliant, and I'm still surprised that so many of you out there have not tried this weird and wonderful indie experience. This physics-based strategy game lets you assemble armies of bizarre wobbly warriors and watch them as they clash in the most absurdly entertaining ways imaginable. The unpredictability is what makes TABS just so fun. From cavemen hurling spears to knights swinging swords wildly, every battle here is a chaotic mess of physics-driven hilarity. The game offers multiple campaigns, different custom battles, and even a sandbox mode where you can pit the most outrageous armies against each other. With its ever-expanding roster of units and creative battle scenarios, TABS is the perfect game for both casual laughs and surprisingly deep strategic planning. Few games out there capture the magic of exploration quite like Hollow Knight. This critically acclaimed Metroidvania experience delivers a hauntingly beautiful world filled with intricate paths, hidden secrets, and brutally challenging combat. In this one, you play as a small, silent knight exploring the vast underground kingdom of Hollow Nest. The hand-drawn environments here are absolutely gorgeous, but danger really does lurk around every corner, with fierce enemies and massive bosses waiting to test your entire skill. The game's non-linear structure here really encourages your exploration, and the deep lore rewards those who dive into its mysterious world. With tight platforming and a robust upgrade system and a stunning orchestral soundtrack, Hollow Knight offers an unforgettable experience. I really hope we get some more information soon about Hollow Knight Silksong, as at this point it feels as though the next game is just a fever dream. Now, Halo Wars 2 brings real-time strategy action to the legendary Halo universe, offering fast-paced, large-scale battles that are both accessible to newcomers and deep enough for RTS veterans. I wanted to specifically highlight the second entry this time, as I preferred seeing more of the Banished, and visually it's absolutely stunning. You'll be commanding different armies of Spartans, Warthogs, and Scorpion tanks against the formidable Banished forces in an exhilarating experience. The game's campaign here is filled with cinematic storytelling, expanding the lore of the Halo series, whilst the multiplayer modes add a competitive edge with various strategies and unit compositions. Blitz mode was a new addition, which shook things up by introducing a card-based tactical system, making battles just so much more dynamic. Whether you're playing solo, online, or in couch co-op, Halo Wars 2 successfully translates that scale of the Halo warfare into an engaging and tactical experience. Gears Tactics takes the brutal cover-based combat of Gears of War and actually reimagined it as a turn-based strategy game, and to be honest, it perfected the formula to a T. If you love the XCOM series but want something faster and more aggressive, this game delivers. Set 12 years before the first Gears of War, the game follows a squad of elite soldiers as they take on Locust threats in intense tactical battles. The fast-paced combat here keeps you constantly engaged, and the signature executions add a satisfying action-packed twist to this genre. Squad management though and team customization allow for you to craft some unique strategies, while the gripping campaign ensures a thrilling narrative-driven experience. With large-scale battles, powerful enemy bosses, and rewarding tactical depth, Gears Tactics proves that strategy games can be just as intense as their action-packed counterparts. So, what game intrigues you on this list, or which one of those is your favourite? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to really smash that like button on the video if you enjoyed it, as it really does help that lovely YouTube algorithm. And also do subscribe to support the channel to see more Xbox content like this and so much more every single day. A big shout out to our channel members for your continued support, and if you would like to get access to exclusive emotes, videos early, and so much more, then click that join button down below. Whilst here, why don't you check out my most recent video as I cover the 12 brand new Xbox and Game Pass games coming out this week, and if any of them are worth your time and money.